Today we are going to the Mystic Seaport Museum here in Mystic, Connecticut. Look at the map. Looks like there's a lot to do here. There is free parking for the museum here. They are open 10 to 5 p.m. and you do have to cross the road, but of course there is lights here to cross. It's a beautiful day out today. Thankfully, the weather has broken, and it's going to be about 82. There's a beautiful breeze out. We're on the water, so just getting our tickets, and we'll head in. I think there's a pretty good glare here, but it does say Mystic Seaport Museum is the nation's leading maritime museum, committed to inspiring an enduring connection to the American maritime experience. By its very essence, maritime history is grounded in diversity of thought, culture, and experience. So once you come through the Welcome Center where you buy your tickets, you are in the seaport, and all of the old houses are back that way, but we're going to see, it looks like you can take a waterfront cruise, so we're gonna come and see how much tickets are. And it looks like they're $8, and children under 3 are free. Well, this is a cute boat we're gonna get on.
Thank you.
Thank you. You want to go up?
Hi there, welcome aboard.
Hello. Up or in? Up.
Are ya? Nice. Very nice.
It's good news and bad news.
Is it?
When it's like
Excuse
this,
us.
it's good news.
Yes,
When it's
right.
winter, it's bad news.
Yeah, gotcha. Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, there it goes.
So this is going to take us upriver. This is town, and it's going to take us down into the town of Mystic a little bit.
But you have, yeah, so that comes with a museum admission.
So he was saying part of your mission, you could take out these sailboats and paddle boats out onto the water.
So as you're walking around our grounds, you will notice a lot of old-looking buildings. That is because, by and large, a lot of them are old buildings. They're original working New England buildings. We brought them piece by piece, plank by plank, stone by stone in some cases, from all throughout the New England states. They all live in the seaport now. So this brown building with the green windows and the green door off the starboard side, that is what is known as the Rope Walk. That is the Plymouth Cordage Company, originally located in Plymouth, Massachusetts. When it was in operation, it would be about 1,000 feet long. We have around 300 feet of it. From that 1,000 feet of length, by the time all is said and done, by the time you're done winding the rope, you'll have about 600 feet of rope left. 600 feet, that's around 100 fathoms. That is about the standard size of line back in the day. But so you can get a good view of the rope walk from here. And again, this is about a third of the length of it when it was in operation. So we do have a lot of original buildings on our campus. We do have a couple replicas. For instance, this lighthouse right at the tip here. This is a replica of the Branch Point Lighthouse out of Nantucket. If you've seen it before, it was when you were taking the ferry into Nantucket. We asked them very nicely for their original. They said no, so we had to build a replica. So because it's a replica, there's air conditioning, there's heat for when it gets a little bit cooler. There's a little screen in there that shows some short movies about lighthouses as well. But that's an exact replica of the Grand Point Lighthouse. That is not a scale model. That is the exact height of it, 22 feet above sea level. Not too much between Nantucket and the mainland that has to get over. So we're around in the corner to our sailing center now. We teach people of all ages how to sail. The summer's in full swing though, so our summer camp is underway. They were on the water earlier. I think they're back on land doing something else now. But we take a group of about 40 kids. We have them for a week. While they're with us, we teach them how to sail. So if you see these little boats with all their masts up here, you'll see them out on the water any given day. We teach the kids how to sail. We teach them nautical history, knot tying, all that good stuff. So we have a group of about 40 kids. They're with us for a week. Where do they bunk while they're with us? They actually sleep on board the Joseph Conrad, which is the vessel that's coming into view right now. That is the bigger and black one with the 3 yellow masts there. So the Conrad was built in 1882, originally served as a training vessel for the Danish merchant service. She's had a great number of cadets trained on board her through the years. She changed hands a couple of times, ended up in possession of the U.S. Maritime Commission, used as a training vessel. And to this day, we use her as a training vessel. She's kind of our floating dormitory now. She has shore water, shore power, but the kids all love staying on board a boat for the night.
That's cool.
Yeah. How come we never did that when we were kids?
Well,
We went to the playground camp.
So you can see there's a lot of different buildings that we'll go in and take a
So you
look
can see a
at.
few more of our original buildings along the waterfront here. That triangular shaped building with the 2 chimneys, that is J.D. Drake Shipsmith, originally located in New Bedford, Massachusetts. Shipsmith, very similar to a blacksmith, similar tools, similar methods, they just make stuff for ships. So there is somebody smithing in there as we speak. If you see that blue and yellow flag right there, that is K in the nautical alphabet. That stands for kilo. That means I wish to communicate with you. So any boat, any building, any exhibit with a blue and yellow flag, there's an interpreter station there, and they'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. So we're coming up to the flagship of the museum now, the Charles W. Morgan, originally built in 1841. As of now, it is the only wooden whale ship still afloat. So she whaled from 1841 until 1921, an impressive career of 80 years. Those ships were generally built for 30 or 40 years, so to get 80 out of it was very lucky. She made 37 voyages in her day. That doesn't really sound like a lot, but when you consider the voyage lasted anywhere from 9 months to 5 years, there would be you'd be on that vessel for quite some time. So yeah, the average length was about 3 years, but it varied depending on the captain, depending on what waters you were whaling out of also.
So I'm trying to zoom in here so you can see some of these beautiful old houses on the other side of the river. Nice sailboat out here
So on the
too.
grounds of the seaport, there used to be 2 shipyards. There was a shipyard on this northern end, and then a shipyard on the southern end as well. So back in the mid to late 1800s, the Mystic River was a little bit of a shipbuilding hub. There were at least a dozen or so shipyards up and down the river with 2 being side.
So we're coming up on the current shipyard, but he was saying that there were 2 shipyards here at one time.
A lot of water there. There's another National Historic Landmark. That is our L.A. Dunton there. Originally built in 1921 in Essex, Massachusetts. She was one of the last great fishing schooners built without an engine. So without an engine, she was a 2-masted schooner, rigged much like Roseway is on the other side of the dock where we just pulled out of. But this is the most major renovation undertaken on the Dunton till date. We were supposed to take her out of the water in 2021, but a lot of stuff was supposed to happen in 2021 that didn't, so we took her out at the end of 2022, and she'll be out of the water for another 7 or 8 years or so while we continue to work on her. So we actually have a visiting vessel with us as well, which is cool to see. The vessel towards the back out of the water, the larger one, that's the Susan Constant there. Came to us up from Virginia. Normally she lives in Jamestown down there at the museum, but she's up here getting some work done. As you can see, we're getting right into it, taking off the side planking, exposing her body there. She'll be with us for the next couple months, if not for a year or so, while we continue to work on her. So we're one of the few places on the East Coast, if not in America, that can work on the style and kind of ships like the Susan Constant. And we are helped along in doing that with our ship lift here. So you can see this ship just came out of the water this morning. So that platform that the ship is resting on, with the planks of wood facing towards us, that entire platform lowers and raises from the water. So those red humps on either side, those are our 8 Rolls-Royce hoisting winches. With them, we have about 460 long tons hauling capacity, which is big enough for the Morgan, big enough for the Sabino, big enough for the Susan Constant, big enough to work on any ship that we'd be working on here. If you haven't been down to the shipyard, definitely go on down and check it out. There's a lot of cool stuff to see. In that big building with the windows there is the Emma C. Berry. That's another National Historic Landmark. She is out of the water. We are doing some keel work on her. The keel is basically the spine of the vessel. It's at the very bottom there that runs the full length of the vessel.
That's a big reason you took it. And they get really smooth. I know it's slick. Yeah.
So the bridge up ahead, that takes you in, this area is the old Mystic town, where if you ever saw the movie Mystic Pizza, it is still there. We're going to see if we can check it out in a little bit. But there are some beautiful homes along this river.
Oh, fix that. Yeah.
And it's got the 2 flags hanging from the flagpole on the end. That one dates from the 1770s. Wow. But the rest are from the mid to late 1800s.
The gentleman was saying that this is called Captain's Row because at one time a captain lived in every one of these
Yeah,
houses.
A lot of them are Airbnbs and maybe more formal B&Bs, but most of them are private residences. Yeah.
Most of them being private residences, some of them being B&Bs. We just came down to bottom of the boat because it's over. This is really beautiful with woodwork in here, and these are the original engines and boiler.
I was actually on board when she was coal-fired. I have a video of the engine if you'd like to see it.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Yeah. That's a beautiful device. 1908 2-cylinder compound steam engine, about 85 to 90% original. It's very low wear, very low impact. It's not internal combustion, obviously. It's steam pushing the pistons up and down.
Right.
So when steam pushes the pistons up and down, a little bit escapes out the sides as well.
So we are walking around through the village, and I don't know if you could hear everything that the gentleman was saying on the boat, but the yellow and blue signs flags mean that that store is open. It actually means they're able to communicate, which means that they're open. So I thought that was pretty neat. Oh, thank you.
They've been around forever.
So this is what the store would look like. This looks like an old schoolhouse. Oh, yeah.
Quiet now, children. No, it's Saturday morning and it has been a long week. You know that we'll be out there all this noon. We can begin now. You all quietly work on your arithmetic assignments while the others will be doing their recitation. Get that, huh? Why don't you begin reading your history lesson? The younger ones need to continue with arithmetic. Will Anne please come forward to my desk now.
Looks like we are coming up on the church, and it says Music of the Sea and Shore at 1:30, so they must have music in here that you could come in.
I sketched 2 houses in this week. The first is bright as hope and deep. Father comes at nightfall, and the children run out to meet him. Luxurious evening, gratulation, sympathy, and laughter. Music in the parlor, fine pictures on the wall, costly books on the stand, a well-planned household. Plenty of everything eat. Taken to the Ox House and
This
showed
church, it looks like it's from Waterford, Connecticut. It says 1889, the people of Fishertown section of Mystic commissioned this chapel as a place for Sunday school and prayer meetings. Construction by local Mystic builders took only 3 weeks. Wow. Chapel never had its own pastor. Local ministers would hold occasional services here on Sunday afternoons or weekday evenings.
Hi, Grandma. Look at how that is.
Oh yeah, the slant in the ceiling. And is that on the door? Is that like soot from the fire?
Fire.
Wow, that's very neat.
This thing is amazing. It's hanging on like a wing of prayer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They had of all the property. What happened was actually Samuel Buckingham had died in 1815. His wife Lydia lived until 1833. And when she died, the will was made out.
We're in the back of the house. They have their wood pile, and they have their outhouse, which I always find interesting when there's multiple seats in an outhouse. I guess if you have kids, they can all go together. And there is their family garden in the back of the house. This is the meeting house. Are you going to give a speech?
This meeting has come to order.
Nice building.
That's a maidenhead collection.
Oh yeah, look at that. So this is a clock mechanism that used to be at Yale University. It says it would tell the Yale University students they were running late to class. From 1865 to 1931, it was the centerpiece of the clock tower at the Sheffield Science School. That's pretty neat. 900-pound bell. After the hall was demolished in 1931, the clock went into storage for more than 2 decades. 1955, Mystic Seaport Museum borrowed the clock and installed it here in the newly relocated Grandmanville Church. Following the most recent restoration work in 2019, the Sheffield Board of Trustees converted the loan to a gift, so the clock is now part of the permanent museum collection. So we just entered another building. It looks like they have an exhibition, Voyage to the Deep, Underwater Adventure. Oh, okay. Look what we just came across here.
Ben, can you stop ignoring me?
And we had no idea this was here. This is kind of cool.
Hey, Dad, you ready to go? Katie, he's really gonna go. Dad, let's go, honey.
Let's see. Here's some many sounds. When we work, can you tell what they are? Oh, yeah, I was right.
Make you feel like you're somebody?
That's got to be a whale. That's got to be a dolphin.
Yeah, all right.
Oh,
All right, yeah, I'll check in.
I think I. Ah.
Yeah, the kids have got fun. All right, I love you. I'm glad you're feeling better. All right, love you. All right, why don't we go find a different building now? Okay, we've done everything in here.
Oh, Renee, look.
We have lots of other places to go. You can climb up, buddy. Just climb up. You just have to make sure
So there's all different kinds of things that you could do
Why don't you forget that?
in here. That's pretty cool.
She goes, I feel so bad for you. Yeah, she should feel bad for us. We have no idea.
And this is the Charles W. Morgan.
Ship in some cases. So there's no way that they can bring it with it. All right, these don't, you cut this way. So they're more chisels than they are knives, what they call them knives. So what they would do is stand out here, and I got a picture for that too. And you can, by the way, if you want to, just go right ahead. You won't hurt my feelings.
So I just came down these very steep stairs, and this looks like a parlor of some kind. And then this is the first mate's quarters. So I guess you're lucky if you get a room with a door. If not, you have to sleep out here. And then another way to get up and down. This says this is the boat steerer's bunk room, so there's several bunks in there. Wow, this just keeps going. More bunk rooms. And let's see. And it looks like there's still more levels to go down. These are the things that they did. Wow, and I am ducking here. It gets much lower as you get towards the front. And then down, still more down. And then this whole area is just more bunks.
Wish you were shorter.
I know. I don't know if I can get up here. Oh my gosh.
You were packed. Do it carefully.
Very carefully. That was pretty neat down there.
What is it?
So we just came up from downstairs, and it looks like this is probably the oven for some of those posters that we saw downstairs of some of the things that they do here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Said I got busy again. So this is the ship that we just got off the Charles W. Morgan of New Bedford, and we are walking down On the other side, there are some more buildings over this way. This is the Mystic Bank, 1833. Oh, is it?
People throw money in there. I assume they're throwing money in there.
Oh, wow. Must have been the safe. Some people have thrown pennies in there. This is the Mystic Press.
Yeah. So you're kind of adjusting as you go. You're estimating, but you don't know exactly how many words the story is going to be. So you really had to be thinking about your spacing and your column size as you are putting together your stories. You can't have too much to fit. You also can't have too little.
Yeah.
Or else there's not enough around the type to hold it and make it look good. So it really has to be just right. And so there are a lot of things that are like writing habits that originate in the era of movable type, but they might not be actually necessary today. Even our weird punctuation rules, putting the comma inside of quotation marks.
Right.
This is a water tank for the schooner Beulah.
Yeah. And it also became, that's the water tank. That's the fire engine.
The fire engine, yeah, and the water tank. They found the backsmith.
That's exactly right. How did you know that?
Because you made a snake one.
Oh!
One is hammer. So you put it smash the design.
Very good memory, man. I was impressed. I was like, wow, are you a blacksmith? I don't know. That's crazy.
Okay, so what did he say that building was?
What?
The brown one?
This is the rope cord building. So the model might be in that building over there. Or was it? Wait. That's the model.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Oh. So this is the Plymouth Cordage Company rope walk. It was established on the outskirts of Plymouth, Massachusetts in 1824. And it says in 1951, Plymouth Cordage Company workers saved this 250-foot section of the original rope walk building and reassembled it here with its machinery. That's pretty neat. Wow.
And as they said, this is only a partial piece of the building.
Right. What did they say? It was 900 feet?
Something like that was still not saved.
It's the forming machine. It's very cool how you can come to a place like this, the Mystic Seaport, and these buildings that are so old that people actually thought to try to save them so that we can come in and learn all about what it was like at that time. So we just finished in the Mystic Seaport and we are heading out now. This was really great. You know, a lot of great information, great places for kids to see. And we didn't film anything, so when you come, there'll be lots more to see that we didn't include. And what did you think?
It's nice. It was interesting.
Yeah. Yep.
Very cool. Very informative. Very authentic. Nice boat ride on the river.
Yeah.
Estuary. Very nice.
Yeah, and just so you know, there's a few places to eat in there. There's also a place once you exit inside the gift shop. So you can definitely come and spend a day, go out on the boats, look all around, get something to eat. Great place to come and see. So hope you enjoy it. So we are in the car heading down to the village of Mystic. And that's the water that we were on the boat ride. The Whalers Inn straight ahead is a very popular hotel to stay at here in Mystic. Yeah, it smells really good. There's an Italian bistro off to our left. Are now in town with all the stores. And we are going to be coming up in just a few minutes, straight up the hill in the gray building on Mystic Pizza.
Destination is on your right.
Take it. So, Mystic Pizza is what the movie Mystic Pizza was based on, the 1988 movie. Now, funny, I actually thought that this was where they filmed. They actually filmed in some of the surrounding towns, and then after the movie came out, the owners actually renovated the outside of the building to look like the movie. So it was absolutely crazy in there. We just wanted to try the pizza, so we got 3 slices, and Steve just told me that they're really, really small. So I will show you. We're walking back to the car because we only got a 20-minute parking spot. So just want to taste it. We'll let you know how it was. Okay, so let's see what these look like. Well, I mean, it's not awful, but we're gonna take a look at that and we'll see what it tastes like. Well, to be perfectly honest with you, this isn't my great Connecticut pizza that I have known my whole life. This is, I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's fine to eat. It just isn't, you know, like New Haven great thin crust pizza. It's fine. So, but I definitely think it's some place to come and enjoy if you're in the area, because it's, you know, a movie's based on it. So definitely try it out.